Hey, good evening. Good evening. I'm here to drop another Drew. I wouldn't consider it like a credit hack or anything like that. This video is a official review of one of the institutions that I went to become a certified paralegal. If you don't know, I went to Blackstone Career Institute. I am a honor graduate. I also graduated with above 94% on all my exams. I'm a proud alumni. It got me to where I'm at today. And I just want to do a video for those who are thinking about getting into the paralegal field. Some people are confused on what college to go to. Some people that's incarcerated that probably want to be a certified paralegal, but just don't know how or what distance learning program that they can obtain. So I am going to talk about Blackstone Career Institute. I'm going to go over the list of books and what are you going to learn with Blackstone Career Institute. I'm also going to break down the prices for both those who are incarcerated and those who are on the streets. All right, so for those who are incarcerated, just to let you guys know, becoming a certified paralegal while in state or federal prison is sufficient and it is possible. You don't have to you don't have to wait to get out to become a paralegal. You don't have to wait to get out to go to a school online or to an institution. If you want to, you can. But Blackstone Career Institute is a accredited college where you can obtain your paralegal certification while behind bars. The prices are different for those who are on the streets and those who are behind bars. I am going to break down for those who have family members out there who is thinking about this video is for those who have family members out there who have people on the inside who want to encourage them to do better while they're incarcerated to get out to become something better than just a criminal. I am going to talk about this program which your loved ones who are behind bars can take while in state or federal incarceration and be able to graduate behind bars and to become a certified paralegal. Now, let's go over the pricing for the incarcerated. Now, for you to become a certified paralegal behind bars and be able to use it on the streets, of course, if they have three different payment plans. The first payment plan is if you pay all at once. It's $887. It's the fastest completion time. You receive 3 volumes at one time. I'm going to go over a list of all the volumes right here and what are you going to learn in each volume. The total cost is $887, and there's a $150 registration fee, which is included in the tuition. So the tuition is $737, and the registration fee is $150. So it all becomes to $887. Now, if you go with the second option, which is the payment plan number one, is $69 a month. Is one of the most popular. You get one book a month. You be able to take that exams that's in the book. Some of them have 1 to 3 exams. You turn that exam in. You keep the books, of course, and they're gonna send you another book. It's a $59 down payment. It takes 12 months to complete, and the total is $887. There's no extra finance charges. Now, if you go with plan two, it's $39 a month, is one of the lowest, but you want to receive a volume one, a book every other month. It's $59 to start. 21, you get 21-month program at $39 a month. Total price is $887. Now they all include the $150 registration fee within your tuition. So your tuition is total $887, and there's no finance charge, no APRs, no credit checks, anything like that. It's total $887. Now we're gonna go for the pricing for those who are not incarcerated. Now for the prices for those who are not incarcerated, the prices are slightly different. The prices for they got the full payment plan one, and payment plan two. So for those who are not incarcerated, the price for Blackstone Career Institute is $1,200, $1,214 for one-time payment. You saving the $228 finance charge because they charge you finance charges for those who are out of prison or state or federal prison. You get to access all the lessons at one time, and you can do it online. And the $150 registration fee is within that as well. Then you have payment plan one, which is $79 a month. You're going to save $144 a month. Is one of the most popular. $59 down payment, 15 monthly payments of $79. Your final payment of $54. But you're going to pay a $150 registration fee, which is within your tuition, and you're going to pay a $84 finance fee because you got to finance your education because you're on the streets. Now, the third and final option is payment plan 2, which is $59 a month. Is one of the lowest monthly payments. It's $59 down payment, 23 monthly payments of $59, and then the final payment of $26, which your total tuition is $1,442. Now, you do have to pay a $228 finance fee if you're going to do that particular plan. So now let's go over the volumes and what are you going to learn in each book. Now, it's 31 exams and 3 written exams when you go to Blackstone Career Institute. Now, when you do your exams, you're going to have a Scantron like this, right? You're going to put your name, your student ID number, address, city. You're going to bubble in your student ID number, your exam number, because it's 31 exams, so exam number, and you're going to see these bubble sheets right here. You can put all your answers right here. So it's open book. It's not timed or anything like that. What you do is, after you complete your exam, for those who are incarcerated, you're going to fold your exam up. Fold your exam up. They give you envelopes that comes with the book. You can fold it up, make sure all the information is included. Put it in an envelope. Put it in your mailbox at your facility, state or federal. Then you're going to send your next exam, depending on which payment plan you choose. If you do, for example, if you do the all-in-one, they can send you 4 exams, 4 books at one time. If you do the payment plan 1, you get a book a month. Payment plan 2, you get a book every other month. So it's that simple. Now let's go over what they give you. The number one thing that they give you is a law dictionary. This is where you learn all your legalese, that they call it, your medical terminology in this book here. So you go everything from penal code to injunction to indictment to witnesses, all your legal terminology you get in this book here. You get this for free. Another thing that you get when you are a Blackstone Career, so I got to go over all these books, they're going to send you over a Blackstone Career glossary. So it's just like a little book like this, where all your terms, what is a plea, what is a fraud, what is endorsement, all etc. So you're going to get this one along with this book right here, your legal dictionary, for free when you join Blackstone Career Institute. Now let's go over the good things. So the first big book that you're going to get here is Blackstone. It says Blackstone Paralegal Studies, where you get to keep your material. If you're behind bars, you get to keep your books and bring them home. And if you're on the street, you get to keep your books as well as references. So the first book is Law, Its Origin, Nature, and Development, and Contracts. So in this book, you're going to learn about the origin of the law. Of course, if you guys don't know this, a lot of our laws orchestrated in Europe, and then they got endorsed and came over to the United States. So in this book, you're going to learn about Magna Carta. You're going to learn about the early stages of the criminal justice system. You're going to learn about everything about early contracts when it comes to marriage. And then you're going to have everything that got to do with the early stages of probation, etc. in your first book. So this one here is like one of your biggest books. It's over 200 and some odd pages, I want to say. And this would, like I say, all your Scantrons are going to be in the back of the book, just like this. You fill it out, you send it back in. So that's your first volume that you're going to get. Your second volume, which is another big book, don't be discriminated, because a lot of your first 3 or 4 books is going to be over 200 some odd pages. Just hang in there and continue doing the good work. You're going to learn about torts. So there's a difference between criminal court and then civil courts. And this we're going to learn about torts, the laws about torts, the origins of the torts. You're going to learn the differences between in a legal matter and the civil matter. You're going to learn about torts and publications, etc. Influential rights, constitutional rights, rights when it comes to torts, etc. So that's your second book right here. Yeah, your next book that you're going to get is a little bit smaller, so it's going to get easier from that, because a lot of these other books are pretty big. It's criminal law. So I want to be a criminal defense attorney, so I'm going to learn in this book. You're going to learn about the criminal proceeding. You're going to learn about penal codes. You're going to learn about the rights for inmates. You're going to learn a lot about self-defense laws. You're going to learn about the intent of a crime that must be proved. You're going to learn about your constitutional rights, what's ineffective assistance of counsel, larceny, certain penal codes, certain laws, certain punishments. In this book right here is criminal law, which is volume 3. All right, the next book that you're going to get from Blackstone Career Institute is volume 4, which is Real Property Part 1. Right? Pretty big book, but you're going to learn about contracts when it comes to housing. You're going to learn about real estate law. You're going to learn about like property management. You're going to learn about the laws when it comes to landlords, when it comes to rent, how to handle certain landlords, how to write contracts when it comes to real property, etc. That's what you're gonna learn in this book right here. The next book that Blackstone Career Institute offers during your paralegal studies is Real Property Part 2. So this is a more advanced to Real Property Part 1. And this one you're going to learn a lot about estates. You're going to learn about occupancy. You're going to learn a lot about how to pass property to your loved ones, how to write wills and torts, how to put your property in torts, etc. So you're going to learn a lot about how to write that in this book right here on the Real Property Part 2. All right, the next book that you're going to get from Blackstone Career Institute Paralegal Studies is Pleadings and Practice in Civil Actions and Criminal Proceedings. So, of course, you know the difference between there's a criminal and there's civil. So you're going to learn about what rights do you have under the guidelines of civil actions. What rights do you have during the criminal proceedings? So they're going to talk about a lot from everything from being arrested all the way up to the plea bargain and or trial. Everything from filing a lawsuit when it comes to civil matters on up to being the defendant or the plaintiff. How to bring up evidence both in the criminal part and the civil part, and suing and stuff like that. So you're gonna learn about that in this book. Again, it's open book, and your scantrons is in the back. So you're not timed or anything like that. Take your time, and you will pass. The next book you're going to learn from Blackstone Career Institute is this one right here, which is Wills and Trust. So right here, trust is very, very important because you can put your property, your businesses, your assets, your cars in your trust. It's going to teach about how to write wills, what laws you have for wills, how to write wills for your loved ones, how to distinguish property from this person to that person, how to write your wills, how you're going to learn about the laws when it comes to wills and trust, what you can put in these wills and what you can and what you cannot put in these wills of trust. You're going to learn about how to if the next of kin. You're going to learn about a lot about that in this book right here. The next book that you get from Blackstone Career Institute is another big one, as you can see. It's Partnerships and Corporations. So for all those who want to get into business law, for those who want to get into knowing about the different business entities, LLC, sole proprietors, limited liability, S Corp, C Corps, sole proprietors, partnerships, LLCs, limited liability companies, S Corps. All those type of things you're gonna learn in this book right here. How to write contract for businesses, owners and partners, dividends, EIN numbers, tax laws. You're gonna learn a lot about that in this book right here on the Partnerships and Corporations from Blackstone Career Institute. As you can see, it's very, very diverse. You're not going to just be one track minded. The next book right here is Constitutional Law Part 1. Right here, it's a little skinny book. Right here, you're going to learn about constitutional. What rights do you have as a constitutional citizen? What rights do you have as a citizen? What rights do you have when it comes to First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, bear arms? When it comes to ineffective assistance of counsel, cruel and unusual punishment. You'll learn about that in constitutional law. You're going to learn about the Bill of Rights. You're going to learn about the federal constitution, state constitution, the difference between the two. You'll learn about that in Constitutional Law Part 1. The next volume is Constitutional Law Part 2. In this book, you're going to learn a lot about amendments. You're going to learn about changes in the rules of judicial decision. You're going to learn about Roe versus Wade. In this book, it's more of like an advanced to constitutional law Part 1. You're going to learn a lot about case law, how to read case law and understand case law. In this book right here, it's a little bit more defined. A lot of case law, a lot of United States versus this, a lot of the people of California are people versus this person. So you're going to break down and know how to read case law in this book right here, Constitutional Law Part 2. The next book right here is a little thin. It's Legal Research and Writing. So in this book, you're going to learn how to write motions, how to do legal research. For example, LexisNexis. How I do a lot of my legal research is LexisNexis, and of course I use Google and other various proceedings. For example, not just LexisNexis, but I do a lot of the federal review. Of course, case law given by professors. I do that. Certain books that I have that I get from the law library, I do a lot of that as well. Writing motions, you're going to learn about that. Because you got to know how to write. Because when you write these letters, you're going to be given, judge is going to be seeing this. And if you're a paralegal, the lawyer is going to be seeing this. And they're going to take your work and then presented to the courts. You got to make sure that you know how to do your research and how to quote case law in certain statutes. You're going to learn about that in this book right here. The next book is a little thin because we're coming to an end, is How to Find a Job as a Paralegal. So in this book right here, you're going to learn how to write an effective resume, how to put yourself out there, how to look for internships, how to be business etiquette, how to dress, how to conduct yourself as a person in the legal field. So that's what you're going to learn in this book right here, How to Find a Job as a Paralegal, which is offered by Blackstone Career Institute. And the last but final book that you're going to read and learn about is Ethics for a Paralegal. What can you do and what you can't do as a paralegal? As a paralegal, you have to be known as a paralegal, meaning that on your paperwork, it has to show that you're a paralegal. On your business card, you got to put as a paralegal because you don't want to be mistaken as a lawyer. So Ethics for Paralegal basically saying that if you have a business card, it has to say certified paralegal on your. If you have a firm, it has to put that you as a paralegal, like me, Paralegal Nation, the CEO, I have to put that I am a certified paralegal on all my business cards. If I have an office, it has to put that it has to say certified paralegal. Can't say attorney of or anything like that. You don't. This book teaches you how to not represent yourself as a lawyer or not or to misrepresent yourself as something that you're not. So you're gonna learn about how to represent yourself as a paralegal so you won't be getting sued for some type of malpractice and end up losing your status as a paralegal. It's not like we can be disbarred because we haven't passed the bar yet. So those are the books that you're going to get from Blackstone Career Institute, along with those 2 free books. If you're interested in becoming a certified paralegal, for those who have people behind bars that want to invest in something outside of just commissary or phone on their books, and you want to see them grow and achieve something outside of just going back and forth to prison, encourage them to be a paralegal. Encourage them to want to get into the legal field. Like me, when I graduated to be a certified paralegal, it put me on the map to, like, you know what, I love the field so much that I want to like grow. So that's why I'm going to school now to become a lawyer. So just me reading all those books, as you can see, I read all these books right here, thousands of pages, but don't let it discriminate you. Just read, and learn, and then you can potentially open up your own firm, or you can work for someone. Everything, once you start getting into it, is pretty easy. It's an open book test. So you got your exam scantron right here. So just take your time, read. You can save some money. The average paralegal is making over $60,000 a year right now. I have my own firm. I'm steady building and learning and meeting new clients and stuff like that. For those who are behind bars that got family members watching this, it's a felony-friendly career. So you can go to school, while you're in your dorm setting, or if you got cell living, you can go to school, graduate, they send you your certification to the jail, and then you can take that certification and then hang it up on a wall and then get right to it. Again, this is Mr. Amani, and I just want to do an official review as a graduate with honors, which I'm an alumni, and I'm happy about it, from Blackstone Career Institute.